Hey everybody, welcome to Stalking the Wild Autoharp. I'm Hal Weeks. One of my biggest pleasures in bringing this entertainment to you is the opportunity to share a little bit of the autoharp community with you, because the community is the big part of playing the autoharp that is not immediately obvious when you're sitting in your own home with your autoharp, unaware that perhaps that there is this huge pool of people who are just so interesting and so engaging. And we have another interview episode for you. This time it's Mel Rich in Texas. And I did not know her at all before this experience of the interview. Now I've interviewed her twice. You'll see why when you watch the video. I'm not going to take any more time introducing Mel. Ladies and gentlemen, Mel Rich.
Hey, all these people are making music that sounds good, so let's do something a little different.
Mel Rich, welcome to Stalking the Wild Autoharp.
Hello, it's so great to be here.
For the first time, right?
Yes, we've never spoken before.
Yes, we're actually lying to you folks right now. We actually did this about a month ago, and the audio went kablooey, and so we decided we needed to do this again. Tell me about how you came to know about the autoharp in the first place, because it's not something that you just see around.
Yeah, it's the origin, I think, of my awareness is a family friend, Winston Stone, has I have a very musical family. My parents are both professional violinists, and so a lot of family friends are professional musicians. He worked for ASCAP doing oh, he got addicted to soap operas. Actually, I don't know if you're familiar with like ASCAP, but they go through and they like watch so that they can like checkpoint. He was doing that like manually. So he got hooked on some soap operas. Anyway, he has such a wide background. He thought he basically was the first time I'd ever heard of it. He was like, I think you should look into an auto harp. And so then I did, and I borrowed one from a friend, but it was kind of intimidating. I didn't know how to tune it, and all of that stuff. So that kind of, it kind of fell off my radar. But then I watched Walk the Line, and saw Reese Witherspoon being June Carter Cash, like writing Ring of Fire on an auto harp. And I was like, all right, that's pretty awesome, actually. And so a different family friend has one, and is like that was the first time I got to borrow one that was like ready to use,
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, Ring of Fire is quite possibly the first thing that I played on it. I just started going like she gave me some pointers, she gave me a little booklet, and so like I guess probably it was more like My Bonnie was the first one that I did. I think Ring of Fire might have been the first one where I like went and looked up the chords and figured out how to like translate it on my own.
Okay,
So yeah.
good song.
Yeah, it is.
So you made an allusion to getting an auto harp that actually worked.
Oh yes. That was a challenge as well. So once I finally had one I could play, that I think probably I had it probably a full year before I really started like going after trying to get my own. During that time, I went online a few times and from like just general random stores tried to just, get one that looked good and, seemed like it would be well reviewed. But I had to return four auto harps. Um,
Or auto
four
harps
auto
you
harps.
returned.
Yeah. It was like two sets of two actually. So I picked out one on Amazon, got it. My dad, the professional violinist, tuned it for me, and then like the pegs were just slipping, so it wouldn't hold its tune. So I sent it back to get another one. We got another one, the exact same thing. Sent it back. At a certain point, I got back on Facebook and I joined the group. I think it's like the Yeah, I Can Play the Auto Harp
Mm-hmm.
group. And so I posted on there, like, I keep getting ones that aren't working. What do I do? And then Peter Daigle just like reached out to me immediately and was like, "Well, here's all the things you need to like think about." And I'm like, "Oh, that is very helpful." And on my post, like multiple people were like, "You need to like go to look at Daigle Auto Harps and like check that out." And so, um, does he go by Peter or Pete?
Pete.
Pete. Okay, sorry. So Pete Daigle, he talked me through getting one of his instruments from the Boneyard.
Mm-hmm.
And actually, I have her here. This is Boneyard Bonnie.
Boneyard Bonnie.
Yeah, because she came from the Boneyard, and then Pete had the new chord bars put in and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
I had to restring it, I think. I currently have a piezo
Okay.
on it. But so this one I got a lot of mileage out of. But when I saw an email about the like used and consignment instruments, this one already has a pickup. I actually I performed one time, and when I got off the stage, someone was like, "Oh, my friend was already like looking on Amazon for an auto harp because she liked it so much." And I was like, "Stop! Don't do that! Don't do that! Talk to me!" Because I forgot who I think it's just kind of a thing I read about in multiple places, but it's my understanding that at a certain point, the Oscar Schmidt brand got sold and is no longer being made with high quality. And so it's actually better to find older instruments and just make sure that they're like up to date. Which now that I think about it makes sense. Like with both my parents being violinists, I'm used to like the oldest violins being the best violins.
Yes, yes. Well, and thank you for telling that story. We who are actually in the auto harp business, I work at Daigle Auto Harps, we're constantly harping on people about this um, because it's a pet peeve issue. We want there to be cheap, affordable auto harps for people to get started on, and then when they know, then they can upgrade to a fancier one. But the quality has, as you attest yourself, has gone down. But when we tell people that,
Yeah,
they think we're just trying to get them to buy an expensive auto harp.
right.
And no, the pain is real, and
Yeah,
everybody like in the auto harp groups and Facebook will attest to that, that they run into this again and again, and because we see auto harps in for repair,
yeah,
so yeah, there's definite problems
yeah.
with them.
At one point, I think in my frustration, I asked Pete, um, like, if I get one of these that I keep having to return and send it to y'all, like, how much would it cost to try to fix this stuff and would it be worth it? And he was basically like, I mean, you could do that, but you're going to end up with like a not very great sounding instrument and having to pay more for it.
Right. And that's the
So,
other thing, is that the sound quality, even if they're functioning just fine, the sound quality is not like those vintage bodies that they built in the USA.
right.
And they just sound better when they're like from the 70s or early 80s.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that are really in demand, and are worth holding on to and worth fixing up
Yeah,
because they're
absolutely.
worth something.
I've um I've been toying with the idea of lessons, which is made complicated by the fact that like it's so hard to get the auto harp itself. Um that being said, like I've had at least now that I've become kind of like a figure in Dallas of like, oh, auto harp. I'm getting some people that are like, oh, hey, I found this one in my closet. Is like, and I started out where I was like, oh, I'll tune it for you, and then now I'm just like, no, I won't tune it for you.
So let me change the subject a little bit
Yeah.
and tell people what it is that you're doing that makes you want to have a pickup.
Ah, yes, very good. I'm getting a reputation of being the punk rock auto harpist. Um, I love it. I will say it too, but other people have been saying so, so I'm like, I'm getting the reputation. Um, when I pick songs, I go on to like Ultimate Guitar Tab and I'm just like, what are some really popular songs? And if I already am familiar with the song, it's not very hard to learn. Um, and so, I just trying like all sorts of songs. I think the first punk one that I did was Blink 182, All the Small Things. And then I also learned how to play some Ramones and some Sex Pistols. And so that's been really fun. Uh, but yeah, I do open mics a lot now, and because of that, I've got like I would also started guest hosting. So now I have my own show. This is one of the iterations. It's a variety show called Harp On. This was the cast the first time we did this 2 months ago. We got storyteller, comedy, puns, music, and improv. So I'm the host. I play little songs here and there. For our Halloween show, I did "Don't Fear the Reaper" with my cowbell. Actually, I think I have a fever. Hang on. The only prescription is over here. It's more cowbell.
The prescription, okay.
Yeah, a surprising number of young people know the "No Cowbell" like sketch from SNL. Like,
Sure, sure. It's
I've
become a meme. It's become a
yeah,
part of the
the culture.
the popular culture, part of the zeitgeist.
Yeah, yeah. So whenever I figured out that like I could play my own version of "Don't Fear the Reaper," I have like it's developed to where I have like an audience member come up and just try to play the cowbell. But then it's like, no, we need more, and so like it's been funny because it developed where like people got up and they didn't actually know what to do, like how to kind of get it there. And so at that point, it's like, come on, everybody. Like, and so like it's the most audience participation I've ever gotten because people are like, yeah, we're going to help you with the cowbell.
That's
So
great. That's great. And I'm sure it's not obnoxious at all.
the obnoxiousness is encouraged.
Yes, obnoxiousness is encouraged in punk music in
Yeah.
general. Yeah. So, and it's darn fun to play that stuff that nobody expects from an auto harp.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
that incongruity is funny. I used to get laps. I would play Psycho Killer.
I've been learning that
Oh,
one.
really?
Yeah.
Funny. Yeah, it's a good one,
Yeah.
for the auto harp, and kind of goes all the way to both ends. It's
I was looking at it for maybe being a Halloween one. I didn't end up going with that one for Halloween, so I haven't picked it up as much. I'm looking through my tabs. Okay, I think I was doing it in A minor. This might be like a more simplistic version than what you did, probably.
My
Yeah.
I've got another student who is working on Hurt.
That's actually one I do all the time.
Okay.
I love asking people who wrote it because then people are like Johnny Cash, and I'm like,
No,
no. So I keep telling
Hurt.
people to check out the Johnny Cash video because that's like one of the most like wrenching music videos I've ever seen.
It is, and he did an awesome job with it because Johnny Cash is just,
Yeah.
yeah,
And just that
he's,
whole like Midas vibe. Like I know that not everything's turning to gold, but just like the like rotting fruit and stuff like that,
yeah.
just like this I can't even talk about it too much. Whenever I see June Carter Cash in that video, then I will cry immediately.
Yeah, yeah. There's a number of good Johnny Cash songs. Folsom Prison Blues.
That one I've
Um,
been playing with my dad a lot. So he plays violin and I sing.
mhm.
We've only recently gotten into where he'll play violin and I'll play auto harp and I'll sing because we started like playing and singing together well before I got into the auto harp.
Mhm.
But yeah, he does. It's really fun what he does for the like kind of like just the whistle vibe, of the train that you can
Uh-huh.
like things that you can do on the violin that you can't do
Sure.
on the auto harp. So
So you are kind of the MC of this event, Harp
yes,
On.
very much. Yeah, very much the MC.
So do other people, is it like open mic, they come and they sign up?
I recruit people. Like I pick people. Um, the way that I've been viewing it is like pulling some of my favorite people from open mics and asking them to pick out like their favorite material that's short because it's only an hour. It's an hour long show that I cram a lot of stuff into. So uh it's kind of like a super condensed pre-planned open mic. um and so for instance, this upcoming show, which is actually in a week, November 19th, 5 p.m. Dallas Comedy Club for anybody that's in Dallas. I've got a violist. His name is Cam. One of his Instagram handles is Black Viola because he has like, I think it looks more carbon blue, but kind of like a black viola. Um, and so he plays with tracks often, like where the viola will be the melody. So last night at an open mic, he and I were fussing with Yesterday by the Beatles
Mhm.
because I want to feature him. Like, I don't want it to be too much me singing. So what we're eventually coming up with is I'm playing the bass chords and I will sing like the first verse and chorus, but then after that, he'll do all of the melody and stuff like that. And I might come in at the end, but he might also, like, if he wants to, he can take time to maybe do a solo. Anyway, so that's the music stuff. I've got a guy who is our pundit. He's done competitive pun things, and so we're experimenting with audience participation. Like that's kind of what I wanted. So basically, like, hey, give me a topic, like fire, and be like, okay, you must be Cinderella. That was a terrible example, but the general idea is pretty fun. And then lately I've had usually 3 people do improv together. That's kind of just been the number that it has to be, or that it has been. I'd like maybe 4, but like honestly, 3 is pretty good. It's a short period of time, like
Sure.
10 minutes of improv or something. And then I have a storyteller, and I have to like. One thing I learned from the first show, I can't have the storyteller be sandwiched between comedians because then people think that the storyteller is a comedian that's bombing. Like, because storytelling is like a lengthier thing. You're not, even if it's funny, you're not getting like laugh, laugh, laugh.
Mhm.
So I like, I'll have improv, then I'll have the storyteller, then I'll have a buffer song, like a quick song that I'll hop in and play,
Okay.
and then we can go to the comedian.
So you're
And
honing your hosting skills.
oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. It's been really cool.
And you're doing a great job on Instagram,
Oh,
keeping
thanks.
that thing. Every time I go on Instagram, which is about once a day,
Yeah.
you're the first thing I see. You've got, I mean, you just
Yeah.
like you're right there. And so you're definitely rocking the social media, at least Instagram. That's where I see you.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'm mostly focused on Facebook and Instagram right now because I'm familiar. I haven't done as much with TikTok. Like I haven't done the thing that I'm going to try to push myself to do as I get more time is to upload content in more of like a YouTube or SoundCloud or Spotify kind of way where it is like complete songs. Because right now, like my motivation has been promote events. Like this is little samples of of events. So yeah, it's been I I've been building this. I started doing the open mics at the beginning of last summer. So I guess I've been doing it more than half a year now, maybe about half a year. And that's when I started doing the social media and stuff. So I'm like putting a lot in. I'm hoping that it grows. And then just, getting advice from people on how to grow it more.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm. Well, it looks like a fun event, and it looks like you have regulars who are coming in there all the time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's definitely becoming the place to be once a month, right?
Yes. Yeah. It's like I really do. I really like the Dallas Comedy Club. Um, it's it's the sort of thing where like I don't have to pay for stage time. I don't have to hire a tech. They provide a tech. I've been very impressed with their techs, and it just makes it like a great opportunity to be like, let's get some people on stage.
So you're going to play something for us.
Yes.
What are you going to gift us with today?
I don't know. I kind of want to play Hurt now that we've been talking about it. But if that's one that's commonly used.
No, go for it. I mean, um, the the copyright strikes that I will get are they're not going to shut me down. Um,
Okay.
and I don't monetize my videos, so they can't take that away from me. So my guests are welcome to play whatever they like.
Okay. I hurt myself today to see if I still feel. I focus on the pain, the only thing that's real. The needle tears a hole, the old familiar sting. Try to kill it all away, but I remember everything. What have I become? My sweetest friend. Everyone I know goes away in the end. You could have it all. My empire of dirt. I will let you down. I will make you hurt. If I could start again, a million miles away, I would keep myself. I would find a way.
Dramatic. Very good. Very
That
good.
was sometimes I just play half a song.
Hmm.
That's probably one of the earlier ones that I learned. You know what I love about that one? That Trent Reznor himself liked Johnny Cash's version better.
Really?
That's what I heard. I mean, I don't know how much you can trust the internet. Probably they say other things. Um, so the other one. So I think I'll play you two more.
Okay.
Since now I'll play you 2.5, or just 1.5. We'll see. This one's pretty short. So this is I used to think that they were imitating the Sex Pistols, but I found out that they came before the Sex Pistols. So I really don't know why the Ramones sing the way they do, but it leaves itself open for imitation. They pull me in a straight line. I get through a tight one. The kids are losing their minds. Let's creep up. That's my Ramones impression. Thank you. But they paved the way for this one, which I did mention earlier. All the small things, true care, truth brings. I'll take one lift, your ride, next trip. Always, I know you'll be at my show, watching, waiting, commiserating. Say it ain't so, I will not go. Turn the lights off, carry me home. Na 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 na
Thank you.
That is my impression of Blink-182.
Thank you. That's it's going to be a big hit.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm really proud of myself for the it took me months to come up with figuring out how to do something like that. Because my guitar teacher would ask me can you mute all of the strings? And I'm like, no, not really.
Mm-hmm. You can. Your buddy there likes it.
Oh,
he keeps getting woken up.
Yeah. Oh, now he's getting some water. That's our handsome gentleman. That's Buster. Okay, so I do want to play one more song for you.
Yes,
please.
please.
I feel like I should introduce these knuckleheads really briefly. This is Boo Radley. She's very malleable.
Boo Radley. From To Kill a Mockingbird.
Yes, but also a girl. I got gender bendy with her. Buster! Introduce yourself. This is the handsome gentleman. Oh, I love mutts. Alright. Now this one is an original. said or failed to say. Let's talk about the way we were or have been. Now let's talk about the way we could be. I wanna know, why don't we show our hands? All cards plain to see. Time is relative to you and me. Love synchronization, it's the when, what, where to be, and time will see our reality. Or maybe it was something you said or couldn't say. I'm not one to judge. Show me what you really want, need, desire. Now let's talk about the way we would be. I wanna know, why don't we take a chance on me? Time is relative to you and me. Love synchronization, it's the when, what, where to be, and time will see our reality.
That's nice.
Thank you.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. And I like that you're playing with a flat pick.
Oh, yeah.
I have, about 5 years ago, I learned to do flat picking on the autoharp, and I really, really, really like it a lot.
Yeah. It's taken me a while, but I can play Ring of Fire and Jolene with a flat pick now. For a while,
Hmm.
I would only use 2 picks, and I would do the Carter scratch. That's what I would do for
Hmm.
them. So
Cool.
yeah, I actually have become like the pick girl. When people are like, "Oh, I forgot my pick," and I was like, "I have 50 of them."
Mel and Buster, thank you for being on Stalking the Wild Autoharp. Do you have contact info?
Oh yes, that's a brilliant idea.
Okay.
On
Um,
Instagram, I'll try to say it. At Harping Mel.
okay.
Did that go through? Okay,
At Harping Mel. That's your Instagram name.
correct. Yeah. Also, there's an Instagram for harp.on.show for the actual show.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm on Facebook as well. Mel Rich. Um,
Okay. I will
I have
put
to be
those
careful.
as links in the YouTube comments.
Oh, very good. Yeah.
So thank
Okay.
you again for coming and being on the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So there you go. That's our interview for today. I'm so glad I got to do it. Mel's contact information is in the comments section. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. If you enjoy this entertainment, you can become a part of it by participating, by giving a little something back. Over at my Patreon, patreon.com/halweeks. Remember that I teach lessons through Zoom right on your home screen, and I can help you wherever you are in the world and wherever you are in your playing to maybe, hopefully, get a little bit better. So you can find me at my website, halweeks.com. Thanks for watching Stalking the Wild Auto Harp. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.